Let's review the RC21X Brain Performance Profile reports. There are two versions of the basic report. For sessions where a user's normal range or UNR has not yet been determined, the pre-UNR version is used. The third and later game sessions use the post-UNR version. No report is provided for what we call the instruction session. For practice sessions and the first two game sessions, a UNR has not yet been determined, and the pre-UNR report is produced. After Game 3 scores are available, the first UNR can be determined and the post-UNR report is used for that session and all game sessions thereafter. More about the UNR later. Let's look at the pre-UNR version. Basic user and session information is followed by a section with several overall session scores that are further discussed later. Scores for each RC21X module are the focus of the next section, followed by an area where you can type notes, and then some text explaining selected items on the report. The 15 Brain Performance Capacity, or BPC, scores, shown here in graphic and numerical form, are the key report parts. These scores, ranging from 0 to 100, form a pattern called an RC21X Brain Performance Profile. In this section, each line shows the BPC name, the BPC score, and the all-time best BPC score. Two UNR columns are present, but not used in this pre-UNR report version. There is also a single number score for the overall session called the composite BPC, a special combination of all 15 module scores. RC21X speed is much like a miles-per-hour speed measure, indicating how fast the session was completed. Speed is important, but must be balanced against other RC21X module demands. No score assessments are included. However, larger values indicate more performance capacity, and this report version can be used to track progress in practice sessions and the first two game sessions. A milestone occurs at the end of Game 3. There is enough data to calculate the user's normal range for each module, and the post-UNR report version can be used. The after-session UNR column now has values, and BPC scores are colored green, meaning they are within the UNR, as all of them will be on a Game 3 report. Each UNR has two numbers, lower and upper limits. The UNR represents the range that a new BPC score would be expected to fall in, if everything was normal, for U. Again, normal for U. After Game 3, the UNRs may change depending on the new game's performance capacity scores. For Game 4 and later games, the report shows the before-session UNR, as well as the after-session UNR. Using the before-session UNR for comparison, BPC scores are colored red when the score is below the UNR, green when it is within the UNR, and blue when it is above the UNR. Post-UNR report versions also show a value for the BPC session percentage, the portion of the 15 modules for which current session scores are within or above the before-session UNR. Post-UNR reports provide a powerful tool for monitoring brain performance capacities. Once an initial UNR is determined, scores within the UNR, those colored green, are expected. Scores above the UNR, colored blue, may be less common, but are also expected as performance capacities increase, usually more slightly, with continued exercise from repeat RC21X games. So, BPCs that are colored green or blue would be considered good. Scores below the before-session UNR, colored red, may or may not be of concern. Users are encouraged to use reasonable judgments. For example, a large percentage of red scores, with some values far below the UNR, and which are confirmed based on a repeated evaluation, would clearly indicate that something has changed. Factors such as lack of sleep, medications, and injuries can result in such BPC patterns. On the other hand, a small number of red scores, with BPC values close to the lower limit of the UNR, can occur due to small variations in effort or attention during a session, or minor and common day-to-day influences. Thank you for your attention.